Good afternoon and Merry Christmas from the National Weather Service in El Paso. I'm going to give you a quick update on the winter storm that's expected to impact the area this weekend. We'll start out by talking about changes since yesterday. We're looking at the system moving a little bit faster, and this is going to have an impact on our snowfall amounts, which are trending lower for the El Paso and Las Cruces metro areas. Now, our confidence levels are still high that we will see an area-wide snow event, but we're now looking at our high impacts being mainly north and east of El Paso and Las Cruces, with moderate impacts in the metro area. Again, we're talking about the storm speed, and this graphic here shows the location of the upper low for 11 p.m. Saturday night, with yesterday's guidance on the left, today's guidance on the right, and you can see today's guidance has the low a little bit further east by tomorrow night, and as a result, your southerly winds with moisture are kind of flowing up and over the colder air mass, but kind of focus more to the east of our area. And that's going to have a direct impact on our snowfall amounts. As you can see here, we've trended down with our snowfall amounts, especially from the El Paso and Las Cruces areas and points west, looking at about 3 to 4 inches for West El Paso, a little bit higher amounts on the east sides of the Franklin Mountains, and still looking at our highest snowfall amounts going to be in the Sacramento Mountains, where over a foot of snow could fall. But still significant impacts to our east with 8 to 12 inches of snowfall, which will certainly cause problems on roadways out in that area. Again, with your expected impacts, post-holiday travel will be affected. We could see road closures on area mountain passes. Also, severe driving conditions and possible road closures on portions of Interstate 25 and 10, especially the further north and east you go. Also, treacherous road conditions locally with snow-packed roads and iced-over bridges. It really doesn't take much snow to get those types of impacts, even in the metro area. Also, air traffic delays with low clouds, fog, and snow restricting airport arrivals and departures at El Paso International, and trickle-down impacts due to severe weather conditions occurring further to the east. In terms of health, slips and falls will probably increase business at area hospitals, as it were. Also, exposure concerns with people and pets or livestock that are left outside. In terms of the Sun Bowl, it's not looking like too much in the way of impacts, as it looks like most of the snow will hold off until later on Saturday night, but we could see some commercial power strains as we go into Saturday night and Sunday, with colder air coming in and heating causing increased demands on utilities, and again, damage possible to pipes and plants. So here's a look at our storm evolution. Starting tomorrow, we'll have some variable rain and even some pockets of mixed precipitation in parts of the lowlands early in the morning. But for the most part, our snow will be up in the higher elevations, perhaps Emery Pass seeing some snow in the Black Range. But for the most part, in the lowlands, our snow will be well off to our north. But by the time we get into early Saturday afternoon, the cold air starts surging south. We change over to snow over most of Grant, Sierra, and northern Otero counties, and start to increase our snowfall amounts in the Sacramento Mountains as well. But still, mostly rain showers further to the south. There could be some pockets of precipitation where it starts to mix a little bit, especially if you get up above 4,000 feet or up around Trans Mountain Pass. But our main impacts with our heaviest snow are going to be Saturday night. That's when the cold air really pushes to the south. And it's looking now like our heaviest snow bands are going to be somewhere in that blue circled area, arcing from Sierra County southeastward into northern Hudspeth County, and of course the highest amounts being in the Sacramento Mountains. Sunday, the storm pulls away. We're going to keep steadier snow most of the day on Sunday, or at least through the afternoon in the mountains, and more scattered, squally snow showers over the Rio Grande Valley region. So some uncertainties that we're still dealing with, especially the snowfall amount in the El Paso, Las Cruces metro areas. Again, if the speed of the system picks up, we may see lesser amounts. If the storm starts to slow down a little bit, we'll start seeing the higher end of the current forecast ranges. Also, the location of the heaviest snowfall bands in the lowlands, again, mainly going to be north and east of El Paso. And also the timing of the rain turning over to snowfall. It's most likely going to be occurring between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. Over El Paso and Las Cruces areas. Here's our current watches and warnings. Our winter storm warning starts as early as tonight in the Gila region and as late as about 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, that's Saturday evening, for the El Paso area. Also, winter weather advisory comes into effect at 2 o'clock for some of the lowland portions of the Gila region down into the Boot Heel. So a quick summary of our impacts. Possible road closures due to snowpack and or icy roads, especially north and east of El Paso, with also similar conditions and possible closures in mountain passes, including San Agustin Pass, Trans Mountain Pass, Emery Pass, and also potential for slips and falls on hard surfaces and similar effects. Again, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter at NWS El Paso. You're watching this on our YouTube channel and also our classic webpage at weather.gov/El Paso.